Camper there, camper there. This one's really cool, the European camper. Got European plates on it. Camper there. And there's some other campers way back over there. Camper pulling out there. I got all the reflectix on my windows finally, so it's nice and dark in here. I'm getting ready to take a nap. I'm in Joshua Tree. I was up all night driving over here. I had to put some antifreeze in my other truck that's in storage. So I got a lot going on. I'm getting ready to try to get some sleep. It's almost 7 a.m. here in Southern California. Alright guys, this is the new vlogging camera. I've been a photographer for going on 20 years. I've never owned a Canon. This is my very first Canon camera, and I bought it specifically to vlog with. I've been vlogging with this, but wanted something else. This is a little older model Canon. There's like I think a M10 out now, but these are still, they're not $1,000, but they're still a little pricey, but wasn't too bad for a vlogging camera. I originally had looked at a Sony a5000, which is actually an older model of a Sony because it has the flip-up screen, but does not have a mic jack. This one has a mic jack, and it has a flip-up screen. So hopefully it'll be a good vlogging camera. We're going to switch to this vlogging camera. I don't know how well it's going to work. It doesn't have image stabilization. It has it in the lenses, but the lens that it came with, it doesn't have image stabilization. So hopefully I can get another lens for it that does have image stabilization, so it's not all bouncy. This does have image stabilization, but I needed something different. So anyway, we're going to switch to this camera now. So let's do that. Alright guys, obviously this camera is not as wide angle as the other one. Not sure how I'm going to like that, but I think this is going to be a better vlogging setup. And a little bit higher quality. You know, when we're creating these videos, we're always thinking we need the next best, greater thing. I think what I had worked okay. I think this will work better, hopefully. You be the judge. Let me know what you think of the picture in the comments below. Do you like this picture better than the last picture? You like the last picture where it's a wider angle? I don't know. We always overthink everything when we're creating these videos, so that's kind of the way it goes when you're a creator. Yeah, so anyway, I'm pretty stoked about the new setup. Hope it works out okay, and I hope it's a good vlogging camera. If it is, I'll be happy with my Canon. I've been a photographer again like 20 years. I've never owned anything but a Nikon and a Kodak. My first digital SLR was a Kodak DCS 315. If you don't know what that is, it's a monster. Yeah. So anyway, hopefully this is a good vlogging setup. Let me show you what I got. Alright, so this is our new vlogging setup. It is a Canon EOS M3. Like I said, I think, you know, I looked at an M6. I looked at, which is about $700. I looked at the M10. It doesn't have the flip-up screen, or it doesn't have the mic or something on the M10. I don't know why Canon would do that. I do feel like this is probably the perfect vlogging camera for me. It's got everything I want. I can put my little Rode Video Micro on top. It does have the flip out screen, but doesn't do me much good right there. So what I'm going to have to do is, there's a bunch of YouTube videos where you can buy different, you know, there's different cages for this thing, or I'm going to get a little adapter that comes out here so my microphone sets over here at some point. But in all honesty, the camera that I'm filming on right now, it has no that flip-up screen, which I felt like I had to have, but I've never had one before. I've never had that little flip-up screen before on a camera. So I have a Nikon D5100 that has the flip-out side screen, and I originally bought that thing to do video on, and I've done very, very little video on it because it has no image stabilization as well, and the focus is not fast enough to be able to vlog with it. So I tried, and you could literally hear the lens grinding. So Nikon's way behind on video cameras, hence why I bought a Canon. Sorry, Nikon, get your together. Oh, and with that being said about Nikon and why I bought a Canon. Canon, you better get your together because Sony is going to take you over. I literally, I looked at Sony's, the RX100 Mark V or whatever it is. I looked at Sony's and I was very close to getting a Sony, but it would have been twice the price of a Sony that has the video, that has the flip up screen and a mic input. I don't even know which Sony has a mic input. I really wanted a Sony, what is it? A6000, which is it's an older Sony now, but it was their first realm into the small mirrorless, and I wanted one of those, but the screen cavitates. It doesn't actually flip up, so I wanted something that I could flip a screen up if I wanted to use it. But I almost bought the Sony 6100, almost bought the Sony A5000, but the A5000 is this camera, but it doesn't have a mic jack input. And I always want to be able to put an external microphone when it's windy and stuff like that. It's just the way I do things. I'm not saying it's the correct way, it's just the way I do things. Anyway, guys, yeah, we are here in Yucca Valley, California, which is right beside Joshua Tree. I've already been outside, showed you a little bit of that, I believe, hopefully in this video already this morning, early this morning with the other campers here, is why I recorded that. But now I actually want to officially show you where we are and where we're parked. And this is a Walmart I park at anytime I'm around Joshua Tree, because there's always lots of boondockers here, and it's a very RV friendly Walmart. Even though there's so many RVs, it worries me. There was probably 15 RVs in here this morning, and a lot of times these Walmarts that get overcrowded with RVs start cutting back on limiting the parking. But so far so good. But anyway, let's go outside and show you, especially with the new camera. Alright, as you can see, I still have my bike. My motorized bicycle is still in here. I broke off a piece of trim I got to put back, getting it in here. But I'm going to be getting it out of here today, putting it back on the back. Alright. And so we have a camper there, still there. And then this camper right in front of us is still here. He's actually got his little generator running. Beautiful day, probably about 65 degrees here in Yucca Valley. But yeah, there was probably about 15 campers here this morning. That's where we are. And I will say, I'm glad to be right here, right now. What's up, guys? It's about 10:30 p.m. and we're sitting at a Love's truck stop in the grand old town of Quartzsite, Arizona. We are on the road. Look at these gas prices. So good to be out of SoCal for that reason. Cheap gas. What's up, guys? If I look like crap, it's because I do. I pretty much feel like crap. I left California last night. I left and drove. I left Joshua Tree or Yucca Valley yesterday evening around 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m. and made it to Phoenix last night or this morning about 2:30 a.m. and I broke down. So I'm now off the side of I-10 and broke down. So anyway, let me tell you, or let me show you what I think we got going on. Pretty sure I have a stuck thermostat, but man, with this engine, getting to this thermostat is not going to be fun. I'm not a Dodge guy. I've never owned a Dodge. This is my first one. Yeah, I've really tried to get behind being a Mopar guy owning this classic vintage Dodge. But yeah, you know, a Chevy engine, the thermostat's right there. It's so easy to get to. Literally will take you 20 minutes to pull a thermostat. I had a couple of old classic Dodge pickups, Chevy pickups, 68 Chevy and a long bed, and then I had a 67 Chevy short narrow bed. And man, you can pull a thermostat on that thing in 15 minutes. 2 bolts, pull it out. This one looks like it's built underneath the AC compressor. So I can see the bolts, but getting to them is not going to be fun. So something that should take me 15 minutes looks like it's probably going to take me who knows how long, because I don't even know if I've got the proper tools to get down in there to get a socket on these two thermostat housing bolts. But I'm going to give it a try. It's about 11:30 a.m. I'm really praying this is what is wrong and the only problem. The other thing is I found out, which is actually some good news, is I actually found out that this, something I did not know, but I knew there was something off on this engine because when I ordered 440 headers for it, they didn't fit. So what I found out when I broke down and I went to bed to try to think on this, I did some research on the internet and found out that the motorhomes have a different engine than the standard 441. So this engine is called a 443. So it's got a lot of specialty stuff on it. And one of the things that's specialty is the thermostat. So it probably won't be able to get a regular thermostat at just like an AutoZone or anything. I'm going to have to special order a thermostat for this thing. But if I can get the thermostat out of there, my thought is I can run without a thermostat until I can get one. So we're going to work on trying to get this thermostat pulled. So wish me luck, because I'd love to get back on the road. What's up, guys? So it's about 10 till 2. Just got the thermostat pulled. I think that's going to do it. I think that'll get us back on the road. Then when I get halfway where I'm going, I plan on stopping and buying another thermostat. So, but hopefully that'll get us on the road. Took forever. Not sure what you can see here, guys, but the thermostat is buried right down in there. So I had to take all of this stuff off. I thought I was gonna have to take the whole air conditioning compressor off. Luckily that wasn't the case, thank goodness. But we got the thermostat pulled and we're gonna try to get back on the road now. All right, we are getting back on the road. We pulled the thermostat. I think this is gonna be the culprit. I think this is actually the wrong thermostat, but this is what was in there. But I don't think that's the right thermostat for a 443, but we don't have a thermostat now, but we're gonna have to get another one on down the road. But hopefully we can run without one until we get where we're going. Fingers crossed. Praying.